The alarm blared. It was a sound that sliced through the comfort of a dream, a rude awakening into a reality that felt, well, gray. For Alex, like for so many of us, this was the daily battle. The battle between the warmth of the blankets, the cold floor, the battle between 5 more minutes of sleep, the start of another day. The snooze button was a tempting friend, a loyal companion in procrastination. Hitting it felt like a small victory, a tiny rebellion against the demands of the day. But it was a hollow victory, one that only delayed the inevitable and started the morning with an act of resistance, not intention. This was the cycle, a loop of low-level dread that colored the hours to come. Each morning started with a compromise, a promise to wake up, broken within seconds. The world outside the window was still dark, still quiet. It was the perfect excuse to stay put, to sink back into the soft embrace of the pillow. Alex's dreams, the real ones, the ones that lived in the heart, sparked excitement, felt a million miles away. They were things for someday. One evening, the quiet ache became a roar. Alex was scrolling aimlessly, another hour lost to the digital void, when a video appeared. It was a simple video, nothing flashy. It featured someone talking about their life, about feeling stuck, about the same gray mornings, unfulfilled days. But then, they talked about a decision. A single, powerful decision to stop waiting to start creating. To take back the first hour of the day and dedicate it to the person they wanted to become. Something clicked. It was a moment of absolute startling clarity. The problem wasn't the job, the bills, or the lack of time. The problem was the lack of a decision. In that instant, Alex understood that waiting for motivation was a trap. Motivation doesn't just appear, it's the result of action. This was a declaration of intent. The decision was made. Tomorrow would be different. The alarm screamed from across the room. It was 5:30 a.m. The initial instinct was to groan, to bargain, to curse the decision from the night before. But the clock was too far away. Getting out of bed was the only way to silence it. As Alex's feet hit the cold floor, the first battle was won. Standing there in the dark, the body screamed for a return to warmth. But the mind held on to the promise. Walk to the bathroom, splash cold water on the face. A shock to the system. A jolt awake. Fog of sleep washed away, replaced by a sharp sense of presence. This was real. This was happening. The next small step was to drink a full glass of water. It was a way of hydrating the body and brain after a long night, signaling that the day of performance had begun. Then, Alex followed a simple plan, a pre-decided ritual. There was no room for debate or hesitation. The first 10 minutes were for silence. Not scrolling on a phone, not checking emails, but just sitting in the quiet stillness of the pre-dawn world. The first few days were fueled by novelty and excitement. But then, the friction hit. On the 4th morning, the warmth of the bed felt impossibly heavy. The mind, so clever in its arguments for comfort, began its campaign. You're tired. You need the rest. One day off won't hurt. You can start again tomorrow. These thoughts were seductive. They promised the immediate gratification of sleep over the long-term reward of growth. This was the true test. It wasn't about having the perfect morning. It was about showing up when every fiber of your being was telling you not to. Doubt began to creep in during the day, too. Was this really making a difference? The big dreams still felt impossibly far away. The progress was so incremental it was almost invisible. Friends and family didn't quite understand.
Why are you waking up so early?
You look tired.
Their comments, though well-intentioned, added to the internal resistance. It's hard to maintain a new habit when your environment and your own mind are pulling you back toward your old self. After a few weeks of consistency, something began to shift. The changes weren't dramatic. They were small, almost imperceptible wins. Small wins started to stack up, creating a powerful momentum. The first noticeable change was in energy levels. Waking up earlier, feeling more awake and vibrant throughout the day. The afternoon slump used to need a gallon of coffee, now less frequent, replaced by steady, sustained energy. The purposeful start to the day created a positive ripple effect lasting for hours. Then came mental clarity. Morning silence, even a few minutes, quieted the noise in Alex's head. Ideas started to flow. Solutions appeared with surprising ease. During the quiet mornings, Alex started journaling, writing down thoughts, writing down plans. For the dream project, the vague, someday cloud was breaking into small, actionable steps. Months passed. The sun rose and set, and with each rising, Alex rose too. The morning ritual stopped being a struggle. It became a sanctuary, an ingrained habit, as natural as brushing your teeth. The alarm was no longer an enemy, it was an invitation to spend time on what truly mattered before giving time to the rest of the world. The person who used to hit the snooze 5 times seemed like a stranger. New reality, purpose, energy, proactive creation. Gray, monotonous days were replaced by vibrant colors. The progress on the dream was tangible. The business plan that started as scribbles was now a detailed document. The website was built. The first few clients had been signed on. It wasn't an overnight success. It was steady, consistent, daily action. The dream that once felt like a distant star became a tangible destination on the horizon, getting closer with every sunrise. The time invested each morning wasn't time lost from sleep. It was time invested in building a future. Today is September 6th, 2025. This very day can be your turning point. The story of Alex is not a fairy tale. It is a reflection of a possibility that exists within every single one of us. Right now, you have dreams stirring inside you. You have a vision for a better life, a more fulfilled version of yourself, energetic, purpose-driven. You might feel stuck, just as Alex did. You might feel like your dreams are too big. You might feel your energy is too low. Expert at negotiating with your snooze button? Winning a few more minutes of sleep but losing the battle for your day. I am here to tell you, you can change it all, and you can start today. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need motivation to strike like lightning. You just need to make a decision. Tonight, set your alarm. Tomorrow, get up. Not for your job, not for your obligations. For you. Get up for your dreams. Start today.